What was it?
2 Twinkies.
That's right. That's what it was.
Hey Leroy, you think you're so rich steal my dessert today? And you know what? I don't care if you steal my dessert. I'll even give you my dessert. I get all the dessert I want in Sunday school.
What kinds?
All kinds. Chocolate cake and candy bars and cookies, Twinkies and big wheels. We go to refreshments all the time. All we want.
You're a liar.
And ice cream and donuts and cupcakes.
Who gives it to?
The minister.
Why, is he crazy?
No, I think he's rich.
Sunday school, huh?
That was the wrong thing to tell Herdmans. And sure enough, there they were the very next Sunday in Sunday school, just in time to hear about the Christmas pageant.
What's a pageant?
It's a play.
Like on TV? What's it about?
It's about Jesus.
Everything here is.
And it's about Mary. Mostly, it's about Mary.
Who's Mary?
I am. Close. Probably I am. I know the part.
Come back. Come on back. Charlie and David, come. Now, this won't take very long, but we all just settle down. Today, we're going to decide who will play the main roles in our Christmas pageant. But of course, everyone will have an important part to play. You know what Mrs. Armstrong always says. There are no small parts, only small actors. Isn't that what Mrs. Armstrong always says?
That's what she always says, but she never says what it means.
You don't know what it means?
I know what it means. It means that the short kids have to sit in the front row of the angel choir, or else nobody can see them.
Well, not exactly. What it really means is that the littlest baby angel is just as important as Mary.
I don't think anyone is as important as Mary.
Well, naturally, that's what you think, Alice. I think Jesus is more important. I still think the short kids have to sit in the front row.
Girls, everyone is important. Mary, Jesus, and the short kids. Now, is everyone here? Beverly, will you please check in the hallway to see if anyone else is coming? Now, you little children, we are angels. So please remind your mothers that you will need bed sheets. You and the angel choir will need bed sheets too. And you can have old baskets at home. Now, what's the matter? Make room for the Herdmans there. Now, where's Lily?
I think she's at home. I think she got sick.
Did she say that she was sick?
She just left. All I did was I just said, hi, Beverly, and she just left.
Oh, well, will someone please tell Beverly about the rehearsal the next 4 Wednesdays after school and plan to be here for everyone?
What if we get sick?
Oh, you won't get sick. Mary and Joseph must absolutely come to every rehearsal.
What if they get sick?
They won't get sick either.
Well, Beverly got sick and we haven't even started yet.
We don't know that Beverly got sick. Now, I want you all to think about Mary. We all know what type of person Mary was. She was quiet, gentle, and kind. And the girl who plays Mary should try to be that type of person. Who would like to volunteer for that part? Imogene, do you have a question?
No, I want to be Mary. And Ralph over there, he wants to be Joseph.
Yes, right.
Oh, well, I'll just make a list of volunteers, and then we'll all decide who it should be. Ralph Herdman. Now, who else would like to be Joseph? Did you raise your hand, Eleanor?
No.
Just raise your hand, please. Any other volunteers? Any of you shepherds? Very well. Ralph Herdman will be our Joseph. Now, Imogene has volunteered to be Mary. I'll just write that down. Who else can I put on my list? Janet. Roberta. Alice. Don't you want to volunteer?
No, I don't want to.
Oh, Mary.
Shut up, Gladys. I'm already married. You be a wise man.
Well, wise men are usually boys. They don't have to be. We could.
Call me a wise man.
Me too. God, you want to be a wise man? Raise your hand. What's a wise man?
Just raise your hand.
What's left?
Some angel.
Hold it out. What is it?
Well, it's the angel of the Lord who brought the good news to the shepherds. Oh, good. We do have some volunteers after all. Hobby, would you like to be a wise man?
No, I just wanted to say I can't be a shepherd because we're going to Philadelphia.
Oh, why didn't you say so before?
I just remembered.
My mother doesn't want me to be a shepherd.
Why not?
I don't know. She just said don't be a shepherd. I'm not going to be a shepherd.
Oh, yes, you are. Now, what's the matter with all of you?
I don't want to be a shepherd. Punishment's too hard.
Gladys isn't going to hit anybody. She just visits the shepherds in the fields and tells them Jesus is born.
And hits them.
Elmer, that's ridiculous, and I don't want to hear another word about it from anybody. No one makes witch or get sick. Now, that's enough for today. Boys and girls, you may go. But I expect to see everyone here at Wednesday at 6:30. Alice, what's wrong with you? Why didn't you volunteer?
I don't know.
You don't know? I expected you to
Miss Bradley, get Gladys off of me.
volunteer. Don't you want to be married?
Miss Bradley.
Come on, Alice. I don't know.
I didn't. There is my hand. Imogene would have told me. She said, I'm going to be married in this play, and if you open your mouth or raise your hand, you know what you did. And I said that I was always married in a Christmas pageant, and she said, go ahead then. And next spring, when the pussy willows come out, I'll stick the pussy willows so far down in your ear that nobody can see it. And it will sprout there and grow, and you will spend the rest of your life with a pussy willow bush growing out of your ear. No, she wouldn't do that. She would too. Urchins will do anything. You just watch. They'll do something terrible and ruin the whole pageant, and it's all your mother's fault.
Jane, Edna McCarthy, did you hear about the... Well, it must be all of Grace's fault somehow. How else would the 6 of them end up in the Christmas pageant when they ought to be in jail? Vera? Ermaslaga, I just heard that Imogene Herdman is going to be marrying our Christmas pageant, and is that a fact? All 6 of them? Vera, I live next door to that outfit, and I'd rather live next door to a zoo. Has Grace gone crazy?
Where did they come from? Who let them in? Imogene Herdman? What kind of a child is that to be married the mother of Jesus? And where was Reverend Hopkins, I'd like to know? He was what? Visiting shut-ins? Well, I'm a shut-in, and he wasn't visiting me.
I said, why don't you let them hand out programs at the door? Grace said, we never use programs for the Christmas pageant. But then I said, better nail down the church and lock up the silver servants and hide the collection plates before they clean them out.
What's the matter with Grace? Couldn't she have sent them away? Tell them to go home? Oh, I feel so responsible. If I was up and around, this never would have happened.
If I'd been up and around, this never would have happened. Well, let me tell you.
Don't tell me. I'm on your side. Why don't you sit down?
Helen Armstrong is not the only woman alive who can run a Christmas pageant. I made up my mind just to do the best I could under the circumstances. But now I'm going to make this the best Christmas pageant ever. And I'm going to do it with the Herdmans. After all, they raised their hands and nobody else did. And I don't care.
Calm down.
And you're going to help me.
Does that mean...
You have to go.
The inn is off stage back here, and the shepherds come in and gather around the manger, which will be right here.
Where do the shepherds come from anyway? What's an inn? It's like a motel where people come to stay the night. But people, Jesus? Oh, honestly, Jesus wasn't even born yet. Mary and Joseph went there. Why? To pay their taxes? At a motel? Shut up, Molly. Everyone, shut up. I want to hear her. Begin at the beginning.
The beginning.
The beginning of the play. What happens first?
Imogen, this is the Christmas story from the Bible. Haven't you ever heard the Christmas story from the Bible? Well, this is what the Christmas pageant is. So I better read it to you.
I don't know. Do you? That they never heard the Christmas story?
Why not? They don't even know what a Bible is, and they never went to church in their whole life. So your dumb brother told them that we got Christmas. Now we have to waste all this time for nothing.
All right now. There went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. And Joseph went up from Galilee with Mary, his wife, being great with child.
Pregnant. She was pregnant.
All right now, we know that Mary was pregnant. And it came to pass that while they were there, the days were accomplished, that she should be delivered, and she brought forth her firstborn son.
I don't think it's very nice to say that Mary was pregnant.
Well, she was.
I don't think your mother should say that Mary was pregnant. It's better to say great with child. I'm not supposed to talk about people being pregnant, especially in church.
And wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn.
They didn't have a room for Jesus?
Well, they didn't know the baby was going to be Jesus.
Didn't Mary know? Didn't he know? What's the matter with Joseph? Him not telling them her pregnant and everything. What's a manger?
Well, they didn't have a bed in the barn, so Mary had to use whatever there was. What would you do if you had a new baby and no bed to put the baby in?
We put Gladys in a bureau drawer.
Well, there you are. You didn't have a bed for Gladys, so you had to use something else.
Oh, we had a bed, all right. Only Ollie was sleeping in it, and he wouldn't get out. And he didn't like Gladys. Remember how you didn't like Gladys?
I was pretty smart of Wally not to like Gladys right off the bat.
Anyway, a manger is a large feeding trough for animals.
What were the whited up clothes?
The what?
It said in there, pure afternoon whited up clothes.
Oh, swaddling clothes. They used to wrap babies up very tightly in large pieces of material to make them feel cozy.
You mean they tied him up and put him in a feed box? Where was the child welfare? 5 minutes. There wasn't any child welfare in Bethlehem. I'll say there wasn't.
Now when Jesus was born, there came wise men from the east, bearing gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
What's that?
They were special things, spices and precious oils.
Oil? What type of present is oil? We get better presents from the welfare. Were they welfare for wise men?
No, they were kings, and they were sent.
Well, it's about time somebody important came along. If they're kings, they can get the baby out of the barn and tell the innkeeper where to get off.
They were sent by Herod, who was, well, the main king, and he wanted to find Jesus and have him be put to death.
What? He just got born. They're gonna kill a baby?
Who's Herod in the play?
Herod isn't in the play.
He's out to kill the baby, and he isn't even in the play. Well, somebody better be Herod. Let Charlie be Herod, and he said, go give me that baby and then say okay, because he's king and all. Then they don't do it, they go back and kill Herod. I'm not going to be Herod!
Forget about Herod. No one's going to be Herod.
No, Joseph gets the shepherds together and they go out here.
It's going to be me! Don't
angel. Gladys, will you go wipe out the angel?
I can't. I'm an angel.